Hi guys, welcome back. This is your Captain Salty, and today we're going to take out the Virginia. Now, one thing I did here is this video was originally about an hour and 15 minutes, something like that, so I cut it down, took out the dull parts. I shouldn't say dull, just cut it shorter so that you can enjoy it more. It'll be easier to watch. So let's see what we got here. We've got a contact 359. We're going to close at 10,000 yards. It's a sub, even though we're at 50 feet. And let's change our direction here to 335.
Come right to 336 Helm I.
And if you notice, we've got some torpedo tubes we need to load. But basically, this video is to show you we're going after a surface contact. That's our mission, and it's going to be an invasion force. So there should be some warships and cargo ships, troop ships.
Con, helm, steady course.
So I hope you enjoy this. I'll try to give you some tips along the way of things I found out the hard way. One of the parts I cut out was we're going to take a hit in our left side, port side, from a torpedo that we never saw coming because I was in
sonar, Sierra 1
time
is
compression.
classified as submerged
So by the time the torpedo dropped from the helo and got to the sub, I couldn't get it off of time compression. So that's later on in the video, you're going to see some of that damage, and that's where that came from.
Con, torpedo room, tube 3 ready.
Now this is not our mission, so we're going to take a snapshot. Try to take out this Foxtrot. And our mission is, there's going to be an invasion in Trondheim, which is off the Norwegian coast, southern end. But we're going to go up to Andøya, which is on the northern coast.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Reason being, it's deeper water up there. Allows us more maneuverability. I don't like attacking surface contacts in shallow water. You see that noisemaker? That's about where he is. He's not up where it shows on the plot. And the word is out that the new update from Killerfish is going to include an Asian campaign.
348, contact breaking up.
Pacific campaign, Asian campaign, with new ships and oil rigs and what have you. Okay, we can leave combat here. Let's get back on our mission. So I'm quite excited about that. Don't know when it's coming out, but it shouldn't be too far in the future. There's our mission. And you can read that. It says they're going to Trondheim. So we have to engage them before the landing occurs. And here comes their surface contacts. This will be our mission. We have a new sonar contact bearing 098. Depth is 50 feet. Heading is 33. They're off to our right. Speed is 5 knots. That's cool. Let's go to 15,000 yards. I always like to keep a little distance between us and the surface contacts. There's the hole in the boat I was telling you about. That's part of the video I cut out, not because it's embarrassing or anything, although it is embarrassing.
099 designated Sierra
That
6.
shows you what can happen when you're in time compression. but we're in the Virginia. It's a sturdy boat. And
Come
although we
right
have
to
some flooded
118,
compartments,
helm
if we
aye.
go deeper, it's going to do the job for us.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is classified as escort.
Okay,
Con sonar, Sierra 3
now we're
is
IDing
classified as escort.
basically all these contacts.
Con sonar, Sierra 4 is classified as merchant. Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified as merchant.
We are at 50 feet. And it shows their range at 35,000 yards so far, but I'm not sure that's correct.
Con sonar, Sierra 6 is classified as merchant.
Make depth 4, 5, 8, dive by.
Let's come up to periscope depth. Let's see what.
Con,
Oops,
dive at
there's
4,
CR1.
5,
We
8,
didn't see
dive
him.
by.
Let's try to ID him. I'm going to call that a
Con
crest.
sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as escort.
Upscope. Raise the ESM mast.
Okay. Can we go to night vision? Oh, there's one contact. There's a second one.
Con helm, steady course.
Third. Fourth. Fifth. Guess I didn't go to night vision on this. I should have. Be easier to see what's out in the distance. I think that's about it. I don't want to leave the scope up too long.
Lower the ESM mast.
Okay. We know you have at least 1,000 feet below our keel.
Make depth 2, 5, 0 feet,
So let's
dive
get
by.
right in the duck layer. And we have the range at 24,000 yards, which is a little bit far, but we won't let that hold us up. Now we have them at 20,000 yards, 95% solution. And we're going down to 250 feet. Let's change course.
Come right to 163, helm aye.
Coming right to 163, steady course. Now our strategy here is to take out the escorts first, and then we'll take care of the landing craft or merchant ships. I'm checking on the speed of the different escorts now. He's doing 22 knots. I don't think he sees us, but let's put one out on him, because they are closing. So even though they're at 23,000 yards, what will happen
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
is as the torpedoes close, obviously they get closer. Now we'll put one out on the Cashin, the second Cashin.
Con, dive at 2, 5, 0 feet, dive by. Shoot 2-4. Aye, sir.
Con helm, steady course.
Let's kind of steer these torpedoes. Now we still have a Cresta out there. So we'll put out another torpedo. Let's change course here to kind of split these two torpedoes we already launched.
103, helm
Take
aye.
some stress off the wire. Now you'll notice I forgot to do something, but it really doesn't matter. But still, it's a good idea. I didn't set the torpedoes to surface search.
Aye, sir.
But I will later on.
Make depth 300 feet. Dive by.
I want to come down just a little bit more below that layer. It's not that strong of a layer, so we should at least get below it totally, not have our sails stick above it. Adjusting a course change.
Con, dive at 300 feet. Dive by.
Now we're compressing time, being very watchful of any helos dropping torpedoes right now on top of us. Compressing time again to kind of speed up the video a little bit. Now what I'm doing here is changing the tube 6, 7, and 8 to missiles, and that would be for the Rapucha, both of those, and the Amguma. As you can see, they're turning away, so they do know there's a torpedo launch. They don't know from where, but they know that it's time to get out of Dodge.
Con, torpedo room, tube
Time
8
compression.
ready. Con, torpedo room, tube 6 ready. Con, torpedo room, tube 7 ready.
What's good is
Con, fire control. Weapon
the
acquired.
3 warships are heading towards us, so they're kind of separating themselves from the merchants, which is good. Now we have a clearer target. We're watching our torpedoes.
Con, fire control. Weapon acquired.
We do have one that's acquired, tube 4. Now you can see I'm adjusting these torpedoes to surface search so they don't run too deep, and there he goes, he's going up now. That's tube 5. Now the first one we should hit is the Cresta. I believe that's him right there. He looks a little bit closer on the blot. Yeah, that's the Cresta. I'm sorry, the Cashin. I misspoke. We have 2 Cashins where they are acquired. Let's alter our course slightly.
Come left to 099, helm aye. Con sonar lost contact.
Okay,
Master
Cashin is
3,
down.
last bearing 083, contact breaking up.
Let's reload tube 1. Let's adjust
Con, helm, steady course.
tube 5. Watching tube 4. There he is. That's on the Cashin. as you can see by the mouse pointer in the lower left-hand window. So yeah, looking good so far. See that torpedo make a sharp right turn? That means he's very, very close to the target.
109. Contact breaking up.
Okay, he's down. That's 2 down out of 3. And before we launch the missiles, we want to make sure all the warships are taken down. Because if we launch a missile, we'll give away our position. Let's adjust the course on that guy a little bit. There he goes. That's a little bit better. We'll compress time here a
Con,
little
fire
bit.
control, weapon acquired. Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure
Okay,
homing.
we're in close.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
I am steering this manually. And he is going like crazy, trying to get away, but he won't be able to. See that torpedo turn a sharp left? That means he's very close to the target, and he's going to take
Sonar
it
lost
down.
contact. Master 1. Last bearing 088. Contact breaking up.
Okay, all 3 warships are down, so let's come up to 100 feet where we can fire our missiles.
100 feet, dive by.
Put another missile in there. Put a torpedo back in tube 4. Now the problem here is they're all close together, so if we fire some missiles at them, there's a chance that the missiles will home in on the same target. Waiting to come up to 100 feet, passing 140. Let's get ready to fire our missiles, tube 8. We have a narrow or wide search. I'm going to stick with a wide
Con,
search.
torpedo room,
And
tube
if you notice,
5
I
ready.
clicked the down arrow on the missile. What that means is once it gets to the target, it's going to lift up in the air and come down on the, let's say, come down on the deck more than attack it from the side, so it should have a better impact. Well, let's fire on the Amguma first.
Shoot 27. Aye, sir.
And then the Rapucha. Hopefully they won't
Shoot 28. Aye, sir.
home in on the same target. And there you can see the missile launch,
Con,
which is kind
torpedo
of
room,
cool.
tube 4 ready.
I wish it was daytime, not nighttime, so you could see better.
Con, dive at 100 feet, dive by.
Let's watch these missiles go in, and we won't fire a second salvo until these hit.
Con, torpedo room, tube 7 ready.
We are reloading another missile, a TASM, in tube 8. TASMs have actually more impact. A larger payload. Oh, that one changed quickly. Wonder where he's going. I hope he isn't going for the Rapucha in the north.
Con,
Probably
torpedo
is.
room, tube 8 ready.
Watch this missile go in the air. There he goes. He's making a turn. Rising. Then he'll turn back into the Rapucha and come down on him.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 4. Last bearing 095.
And the
Contact
second missile
breaking up.
is homing in right on the Rapucha as well. Okay, 2 missiles, 1 merchant. So let's try again.
Shoot tube 6. Aye, sir.
I like to wait until the first Rapucha sinks. Let's fire off a little bit to the right
Shoot
on
tube
the
7.
Guma.
Aye, sir.
Hopefully he won't pick up the second Rapucha. But he just might. I hear a helo. That means we better be careful. We'll go down to 600 feet just in case.
0 feet, dive by.
We'll see what happens with these missiles, and then we can come back up if we need to.
Con, torpedo room, tube 6 ready.
Loading a missile in tube 6. You notice I'm loading more TASMs. Now the reason I want to lower depth is if the helo does drop a torpedo, we'll have a chance to evade. If we were on the surface, the torpedo immediately would home in on us. Trying to stay below the
Con,
layer.
torpedo room, tube 7 ready.
Okay, that one looks good. At least we'll take out another merchant. And there he goes in his final approach.
Con sonar. Torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the water.
Yes, we do
Bearing
have a torpedo
2,
in the
4,
water.
3.
And there is the torpedo. At least we can evade now.
Make turns for 39 knots. Maneuvering eye.
Okay, we'll immediately drop a noisemaker here. We should.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 6. Last bearing 101.
Now, one
Contact
thing we
base.
can't
Passing
do,
600 feet.
there's the
Con,
torpedo
knuckle formed.
wash, or I'm sorry, the helo wash on the surface.
Passing 700 feet.
Now, one thing we can't do is we can't take another torpedo head. At least I don't
Passing
think we can.
800 feet.
As we go deeper, our compartments will start to flood due to the pressure.
Con, knuckle formed.
But the most important thing is to evade this torpedo. And what we're going to try to do here is make them run out of fuel. So we'll be forming a lot of knuckles.
Con, knuckle formed.
He's homing in on us. If we can make him make some turns,
Con, knuckle formed.
that torpedo will use more fuel.
Con, knuckle formed.
There we go, there's one. He's making one turn. And you can
Passing
see the
800
flooding.
feet.
Hull is at
parties. Lead of the reactor space.
77%.
Passing 700 feet. Passing 600 feet.
One thing we don't want to do here when we have a hole in a boat is come down too deep.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Passing 300 feet. Passing 200 feet.
Don't really care about cavitation at this point. We can still form a knuckle when we cavitate.
39 knots.
And what I like about the Virginia
Passing 200 feet.
is its high speed.
Passing 300 feet.
That gives us some
Passing 400 feet.
Con
maneuverability
sonar,
room.
no longer cavitating.
Drop another noisemaker.
Passing 600 feet. Passing 700 feet.
We better come up.
Passing 800 feet. Passing 900 feet.
Really pushing it at 900 feet.
Passing 1,000 feet.
This is about the depth that we
Passing
could
1,000
implode,
feet.
so we better go back up.
Con, knuckle formed.
I hear the helo, so it can't be too
Passing
far away.
800 feet. Passing 700 feet. Passing 600 feet. Passing 500 feet.
Torpedoes closing,
Con, knuckle formed.
uncomfortably close. That knuckle didn't fool him. Oh yes,
Con,
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
apparently it did.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
It's coming back around.
passing 500 feet.
I left this part of the video in to show you a little bit of
Con, knuckle formed.
torpedo evasion. I'm not a pro at it, but I think you're a pro if
Con,
your
knuckle formed.
sub doesn't get sunk. Don't worry, we're not going to get sunk. We're coming
Con,
on.
knuckle formed.
Get this guy to run out of fuel would be the ideal condition. So the 39 knots really helps. Every time he makes a circle or makes a zigzag, we increase our
knuckle
distance
formed.
from that torpedo. Getting really close.
Con, knuckle formed.
Better drop another noisemaker.
Con, knuckle formed.
Torpedo's turning away.
Make turns for 5.
And he is going
knots.
into a circle
Maneuvering on.
pattern. Hopefully, he'll run out of fuel. And you notice we did increase our distance from him. Great. Okay, now let's go back up to 100 feet. See if we can sink this last.
Make depth
'Surface
100
ship.
feet. Dive by.
I believe it's the Amguma. Slow to 5 knots.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 6, bearing 095.
Okay, I don't see him here. Oh, there he is. but it's not his
Con
real
maneuvering,
position,
making turns for 5 knots.
just too far away. Now we're going to launch a TASM.
Come right to 097 helm I.
Once we reach 100 feet, passing 270. And we have a total of 5 ships sunk already. And we're going to make it 6. And then we'll go home and repair our damage.
Con, helm, steady course.
Okay, we're up to 100 feet. Time to launch.
Shoot 28. Aye, sir.
And there we go. Excuse me. There's our launch. Try to home in on this a little bit so you can see it. We'll reload a torpedo and tube A. I don't think we'll need another missile, but we'll give it a shot.
Shoot 25. Aye, sir.
Oh, and there's the helo right above
Con,
us.
torpedo room, tube 8 ready.
I know we're going to sink that ship.
Make turns. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
There's the wash from the helo.
Passing 300 feet.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 6 left.
Passing 400 feet.
Con sonar no longer cavitating.
Passing 600 feet. Damage control parties. Lay to the engine room. Passing 700 feet.
Okay, let's level the boat.
Passing 800 feet.
He's
Damage control parties. Lay to the reactor space.
He's not dropping torpedoes. He may be out.
Passing 900 feet. Passing 900 feet.
Yeah, let's go back to our missile. There he is.
Con sonar lost contact.
Okay,
Master
the
6
Mbuma is
left
down.
bearing 095. Contact breaking up.
And the icing on the cake is coming. We'll reload a torpedo. Tube 5. Now this is kind of redundant to fire another missile, but just in case, we want to make sure we get our final target. And there he goes on his final approach.
Con maneuvering, making turns for 39 knots.
Obviously he's
Con,
sinking.
torpedo room, tube 5 ready.
Now we can head back to port. We don't need to worry about the helo. That's a course for Holy Lock.
Make depth 1. Make depth 5. 0 feet. Dive by.
We'll come up to 50 feet so that we can
Damage control parties. Lay to the engine room.
clear these compartments.
Damage control parties.
Flooding.
Leave the reactor space.
Once we do that, we can go back to the main map, head back home. And that's kind of it. And we'll cut it right here. Didn't do too badly, and we're at 36 minutes. Let's see what we got. Silver star, that's all. Oh well. We accomplished our mission. Our next one we're not going to worry about because we won't make that. So thanks for watching. This is your Captain Salty. I hope you picked up a tip or two. And I appreciate you watching. And please subscribe. And hope to see you again shortly.